So we are in 2023 and we are currently in February 19th. That is the time that I'm recording this video. And isn't it ironic how last year you were in the exact same spot that you are in now? Like last year, February 19th of 2022, you were in the exact same spot, had the exact same weight, same haircut, same amount of money in your account, same everything that you have now. Literally, there's no change. And have you ever wondered why that is? Why haven't you progressed like everyone else? Why have you stayed in the same spot? Why? Problem is that you lack discipline. You have no discipline whatsoever. And the only discipline you have is the discipline to stay exactly where you are year after year. The world is so soft nowadays that they don't want to hear about discipline. Everyone is scared of discipline. Like, if you want to get someone to get mad at you or you mess up an entire date night, all you have to bring up is how you are a firm believer in being disciplined. And all of a sudden, you'll be hated on. They won't like you. And I just can't seem to understand why people hate discipline so much. Well, maybe I'm lying. I understand. I understand exactly why people hate discipline so much. But it's really because of all the myths going around about discipline. Most people think that discipline is just staying in a box, doing things that you just don't want to do. You just stuck, confined in a space, and you just slaving your life away, just wasting your life away, doing things that you just don't want to do day after day, year after year. And most people see discipline as a means to an end, something that you just do just to please someone else, and that's it. Like, there's no benefit for you. Discipline is keeping your body in check because our flesh, our fleshly desires, they have so many impulses. They want to do so many different things, and we have to be able to keep them under control. Be like, hey, yo, no, we not going to have fruitcakes tonight because I already weigh 300 pounds. I can't have fruitcakes. So basically, the point of discipline is not to be a slave. The point of discipline is to work and discipline yourself. It's to be a disciple of yourself. So that way you can get to where you want to go. To be honest, if you want to be a slave for yourself, I think that sounds way better than being a slave for someone else. 2018, I was in a very, very dark place. In a very bad time of my life because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I had just graduated college and it felt like the entire world was just dark. It was new, but it was dark. I was a little scared. I was a little lonely. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And during that time period, all I could think about was, damn, what am I gonna do with myself? What am I good at? What can I get good at? So getting a consistent routine, finding a goal that I wanted to achieve was what helped put me on a path of discipline. I started doing something consistently every single day and being disciplined while doing it. And eventually I was able to find myself. I was able to find out what I like, what I didn't like, what I'm great at and what I was terrible at. I was able to find out a lot about myself just by being disciplined. A lot of the time, people completely neglect the fact that without consistency, there is no discipline. And without no discipline, there is no consistency. Everything that you are doing, you are being consistent and discipline at the same time. Even if you are not consciously doing it, you are subconsciously being consistent and disciplined. Now, the thing is, what are you going to do to start being conscious about your choices, about what you are doing in life? If you seem to find yourself in the same place every single time, every year you somehow, some way end up in the same place, it's because you are consistently doing something stupid every single day. You are consistently not improving yourself. You are very disciplined at sabotaging yourself. That's what you're doing. And that's what I found out about myself. I was very disciplined and just sabotaging myself, completely ruining myself for no apparent reason. So here's a way to start being more conscious of what you are disciplined and conscious about. Because the moment we become conscious about what we are disciplined about, that's when everything goes left. That's when you don't even want to do it anymore. That's when it's like, damn, man, I don't I don't know, bro. This is too hard. It's getting too heavy. It's getting too this, too that. It's always getting terrible. It's always something. But here's how I ended up falling in love with being consciously disciplined. First things first, you have to do things that you want to do. You have to do things that you want to do. But you have to also recognize that in the process of doing things that you want to do, you must do a little of the things that you don't really want to do in order to get to the things that you want to work. For example, say you want to go to the mall. You want to get a nice, fresh shoes. You want to get some Nikes, right? You want to look fresh. You want to look fly. You want everyone to say, God dang, there's the boy right there. He's him, right? You want everyone to look at you. But at the same time, let's say you don't want to get in your car and drive all the way to the mall because you know there's a lot of traffic. Well, in order to get to that shoe, you have to get into the car, get stuck in traffic for a minute, and get to the shoes, right? So you have to kind of sacrifice something for something greater. It is the same way with discipline. You want to get big. You want to get strong. You want to have a lot of money in your bank account. Well, you're going to have to sacrifice not going out with the boys or the girls that one Saturday night. You have to sacrifice that. You have to sacrifice just ghosting, just being like, hey, man, I can't go out. I can't do this tonight. I just can't. Bro, you might have to start telling your girl, listen, we can't do this because I'm on a budget, but listen, I can come to you or you can come to me and we can just hang out. We're not going out. Sometimes you might just have to tell your girl you can't go out for a whole month. Y'all might not go out for a whole month. And that's just the way it is. And I'm not going to tell you not to have a girlfriend if you are not able to do that. I don't think that you have to have a bunch of money just to have a girlfriend, okay? Now, when I say do things that you want to do, I don't literally mean things with an S. I'm talking about a thing. Do something that you love to do. Something, not some things. See, here's the problem. A lot of us sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice just so at the end we realize that we done sacrificed every part of us and there's nothing left. Do not confuse movement with progress. If you start confusing movement with progress, then you're never going to get anywhere. You're always going to be in the same spot every single year. February 19th is going to come around again. We're going to come back to this video and you're going to be right where you were. But this time you're going to have a whole bunch of failed experiments. One of the greatest key anyone possesses in this life is the ability to remain focused. When you can focus and hone in on something and really get deep into it, there's nothing that can stop you in this world. You will get to it by all means necessary. That's why I really hate when people talk about have a balanced life. Why would you be balanced? Why would you be balanced? Like, what's the point? Imagine if a boat just stayed balanced all day on the sea. He just stayed balanced. He wouldn't go nowhere. He's just in one spot, balanced out. Okay, he's not going forward, not going backward. He's just balanced. But imagine the captain just saying, step on the gas. Let's go. Let's go. And he's just going. He's going. He's no longer balanced. He's going. Yeah. I know some of y'all might say, okay, well, the boat is balancing on the ocean. Yeah, I get that. But that's not the type of balance I'm talking about. As young men, when we're growing up, a lot of times we get this from our family members or our friends. When they see us working hard towards something, they say, stop, calm down. You need to balance yourself out. You don't have to work yourself so much. You don't have to do this so much. You can just breathe a little bit. Like, no, you don't breathe a little bit, okay? There is some times where you can breathe a little bit, but nah, man, not this time. You're not even where you need to be at. Why are you breathing? You shouldn't even be breathing. You should be holding your breath, almost dead. Balance doesn't really get much things done. Balance really just keeps you in the same spot or you move a little bit slower. When you are driving a truck, like a semi-truck, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but when you're driving a semi-truck, you have to be completely balanced out in all your wheels and all your axles. So that way, when you're passing through a bridge or you're just traveling, you don't mess up the road because you need your thing to be balanced. Now, imagine if the truck isn't balanced, it's just going to start messing up the road because more pressure is being applied to that one spot. That's the type of anger and the type of drive that you need. You need to apply all your anger, all your energy into one thing until that one thing works. When that one thing works, then you can move on to something else. Now, remember my analogy about the boat, right? Now, if the captain stepped on the gas and just started driving the boat, but there's no destination, there's no goal, then that boat will never end up anywhere. That boat would just be driving for no reason. So make sure that when you decide to say, oh, I don't need balance, I'm going all in. When you decide to say that, make sure you have a foolproof plan. Like you have a goal in mind. You have something like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going from A to Z. You have everything mapped out. The greatest man is the man that has an end goal, okay? It doesn't have to always keep on going and going and going. The man that doesn't have an end goal always ends up losing. So remember to always have an end goal in mind. Have a plan. What is your plan? How are you going to go full on crazy on this without a plan? You need a plan, okay? If you're going to put all your time and energy into this, you must have a plan. Discipline isn't something that your mom, dad, uncles, brothers, sisters teach you. They don't teach you that. It's not something that is taught. Discipline is something that comes from within. It is something that is a burning desire in you to do. It's not something that anyone can come and be like, okay, come to school, guys, sit down, you get your notebook and paper, pencil out. Kind of like what you're doing now. You watching this. This is basically school. You in school right now. Welcome to my class. My name is Eli. How you doing? This is school. So don't think because you watching this video, you all of a sudden gonna be disciplined, because you're not. You're not gonna just wake up and be like, I'm disciplined today. Yeah, I'm gonna conquer the world. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Nah, you're not gonna do it. If it's not in you, if you weren't born with it, if you don't have the drive to want to do that thing, you're not gonna wanna do it. You're gonna be a bum forever and ever and ever. I'm gonna be 90 years old driving past your little old retirement home because you didn't want to be disciplined. And how does discipline comes from within? Is by doing what you like to do. Literally, it goes back full circle, man. Everything comes back full circle. Discipline comes from within when you start doing the things that you want. So we just debunked that discipline is not slavery. Discipline isn't here to make your life hard. Discipline is here to help you be better. Throughout this entire week, my room has been dirty as hell, right? I had clothes everywhere. I didn't really vacuum the carpets. My bed wasn't made. Everything was just like crazy. And throughout this week, all I could think about when I wake up was, dang, today's not the day. Like I felt terrible. I would go to the gym. It was so hard for me to hit the lifts that I was supposed to hit that day. It was hard for me to stay in rhythm. Yesterday, I decided to clean my room. Out of nowhere, I just felt better. I woke up feeling better. I woke up just happy, man. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna record a video today. I'm going to edit that video the same day and post it the same day. This right now is a 30-minute video, for real. But you probably won't get 30 minutes. It's probably gonna be way shorter than that. But yo, I'm now way more motivated. I'm happier. I feel more at ease. And the point I'm trying to make with this story is that sometimes you just need to change your environment. If you're not feeling motivated or you don't want to get after it, you don't want to start doing what you have to do, it's because of your environment. Your environment is literally messing you up. Sometimes you just need to change your environment, man. And I know I said discipline comes from within because it does. But if it comes from within and you have no support system, nothing to back you up, nobody to kind of give you a little push, it's kind of hard to maintain it. It's kind of hard to keep it going and going and going. So what I would recommend is that if you feel like it's hard to stay disciplined, it's time to change your environment. Clean your room. Clean your room. Something as simple as just cleaning your room. When you wake up in the morning, instead of just leaving your bed nasty and unkept, I want you to clean your bed. Make your bed, make sure it looks nice, okay? So that way, after a long day, when you finally come to your bed again, if everything else went to trash, everything else wasn't good, at least you have your bed. At least your bed is made up. At least your bed is well kept. At least you can look forward to that. Your brain literally behaves off your environment. It behaves on what you're doing and where you're at. So if you're hanging around a lot of people that are toxic and have terrible mindsets, your brain is going to behave just off of that. It's going to act accordingly, which is why you hear the saying, birds of a feather flock together. And lately I've been seeing that a lot of my Instagram feed. And you see a lot of people in the comments talking about something, well, that's not true because I have this friend and, you know, this friend is kind of like this, but I'm like this. Listen, if you are hanging around someone every single day, but that person is completely an opposite of you. Say they do something bad, they're a robber, they cheat on their girl, they do something stupid. Deep down, you have that same quality. Deep down, you are a reflection of that person. You just act like nothing. You just act like you're cool and a saint. You're not. It's because you condone that behavior. Now, let me ask you this question. Would you hang around SA, someone who SA people? Would you hang around those type of people? No, right? You wouldn't, because you know that's not your character. So why would you hang around people who smokes weed, drink all the time, and do this and that all the time if it's not your character? It's not in you to do it. Why are you hanging around these people? It's time to change your environment. And if changing your environment means cutting off your friends, the ones that aren't there to help you move forward, then it's time to do that too. I'll see you next year, February 19th, and then we'll talk about exactly how you are different from now. Thank you for watching.